stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. In this next topic, we're going to talk about these Tesla price drops. And because Tesla now has dropped the price on the Model 3 and the Model Y, we're now getting into the range of a lot more competition. I mean, also a lot more buyers in that price range, but a lot of other vehicles that also get introduced in that price range as well. So we'll take a quick look at a list of it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt for putting this list out there. Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive starting price with the federal tax incentive. It's talking about the EV tax credit, the electric vehicle tax credit of $3,750 for the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, and that is a price of $36,240 with that tax credit factored in. If you don't know how you can get that financed into your loan right away, you can actually do that by using financing partners like Tenet down below in the description if you want to check them out. Tenet allows you to defer a portion of that loan amount, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax rate or the $3,750, all the way to the end, which then allows you to get a lower monthly payment. So definitely check it out. Sponsor linked down below in the description from Tenet, and thank you to Tenet for sponsoring some of these videos. But quick divot, because you know, people always ask, like, how can you get that finance into the loan? Well, you can use financing partners like Tenet that gives you a lower monthly payment at the end of the day. So take a look at this list. It gets pretty interesting, right? So Model 3 rear-wheel drive, $36,240. We've got Camry XSE, very nice car. I'm definitely a Toyota fan. V6, $36,645. We've got the Honda Accord Touring Hybrid, also $37,890. So definitely right in line. I mean, taking a look at this quick list, the Model 3 rear-wheel drive seems to be a very priced well car. And I mean, technically, some people like to think that a Tesla is a luxury car, even though it's like luxury pricing. But taking a look at this, it's kind of in line with a lot of other competition in that same pricing range. So if I were looking at these options, do I want to pay for gas or electricity? I gotta take a look at it as a whole. And I think that's gonna be a good video idea, like 3 ways you can afford a Tesla vehicle versus another vehicle, and just like comparing like the gas costs versus the electricity costs and different things like that, and taking a look at it. But you know, Tesla does have a lot of brand value, brand equity. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking at the list just like this and thinking, I might as well just get a Model 3, or if they want something nicer, arguably nicer with better build quality, a Toyota Camry or even a Honda Accord. But the technology is definitely going to be a lot nicer in a Tesla. But taking a look at the Model Y competition, of course, this is the Model Y all-wheel drive standard range with 279 miles, but it still is all-wheel drive. With the federal incentive, it brings it down to a $39,490 price, and compared to some of the competition out there, and that's same price range, Toyota RAV4 Hybrid Limited. This is definitely on the higher end of the tier line with the Toyota vehicles, but $39,030. And then we've got the Honda CR-V Touring Hybrid at $39,100. So these price drops are essentially creating a different, I don't know if it's a problem, but I guess this is a different way of thinking about a lot of different competition that could be entering the ecosphere because of these recent price drops. So it's maybe the title is like the problem these recent price drops have caused. There's a lot of more competition into the range of vehicles within this. But let me know what your thoughts. Would you pick some of these other vehicles? I mean, I know exactly what you're picking already because you're watching this channel, and most likely you have an order or you're thinking about an order for a Model 3 or a Model Y. But it's always good, definitely good to zoom out a little bit and see, you know, what's out there, see what's the competition. But I mean, I feel like a lot of people are going to pick the Tesla Model Y or the Tesla Model 3 against some of these, but some people at the end of the day are going to be scared about making that jump to electricity because it's just a little bit scary to them at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into our next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can get the access to my Tesla buying guide, so definitely check it out down below in the description. Water break.